going through to some degree searching for a positive contrast. I mean, that must have been a crazy, crazy balance.
I was searching for a positive contrast, but I didn't even know it, and I didn't even know if that's what would come out. And it's interesting because it's on the Stupid Love billboard, and it's also in the music video, and you'll see it more later, but the symbol for Chromatica has a sine wave in it, which is the mathematical symbol for sound, and it's from what all sound is made from. And for me, sound is what healed me in my life, period, and it's healed me again making this record. And that is really what Chromatica is all about, is it's about healing and it's about bravery as well. And it's really, like, when we talk about love, I think it's so important to include the fact that it requires a ton of bravery to love someone.
Oh, yeah, my gosh. You really have to put yourself on the line. And especially when if you're lucky enough to go through heartbreak, and I mean that, I word that very deliberately, then, you need to be prepared to do it all over again. And it takes huge amounts of bravery. And I think about, the concept of Chromatica, as you put it, and the artwork and how things are starting to take shape. And I wonder what you've learned throughout your heartache to get to a place where you're still open.
I think what I've learned is that I can view the world in whatever way I choose to see it. And it doesn't mean that I'm deleting the bad things. It just means that I can reframe my life experiences and reframe also the way that the world frames life experiences to a way that I love and believe in. And that is Chromatica. I live on Chromatica. That is where I live. I went into my
love this term.
I found Earth. I deleted it. Earth is canceled. I live on Chromatica.
I'm not sure if you told us that, but I appreciate the heads up after the fact.
Well, just in my mind, you can leave Earth in your head if you want to.
I guess you're confirming the album title and what this project is, and where the term Chromatica came from for you.
Blood Pop brought it up, and we talked about how Chromatica was essentially on its own. When you first look at it, it seems to be about colors and all the different colors, and also music is made of a chromatic scale, so it's all the colors, all the sounds, so we're talking about inclusivity and life, and also a lot of what we see around us and what we're experiencing is math, which is very much like music, and sound is math as well. So we talked about that, and then I sort of went back and I said, okay, well, yeah, it's inclusivity, but it's really a way of thinking. It's not just, Chromatica, we're being inclusive with all the colors, all the people. And when I say all the colors, all the people, I mean way more than we could possibly fathom. I think that we're actually operating on a completely rudimentary level where we square things off into very simplified colors when actually we're all extremely different in a vast variety of ways that stem from both like genetics as well as epigenetics. Like we're all completely different. And I thought, okay, well, maybe Chromatica is a frame of mind. And that is my frame of mind. And I don't know that I've ever made an album that wasn't on Chromatica in some type of way. Meaning, like, my frame of mind is always a part of my music. And this is just my way of kind of expressing, even in a both literal and abstract way, that, like, making music and putting it out into the world is my perspective on life. And it's also my gift to the world in the best way that I can. And I think that everyone on any given day is doing the absolute best that they can do. And this is my perspective, and here it is. And it's always been my perspective, but now I know that it was my perspective. Does that make sense?
Total sense. I am so excited to dive into this universe that you're better understanding as time moves on. This idea